What's the crack, everybody? Listen, I haven't been active for a couple of months, and I know that, and I apologise, but at the same time, I had a lot of stuff going on, and it was just too overwhelming, so I couldn't do everything on at the same time. I wanted to say to all of you, thanks so much for waiting around. I know it hasn't been easy waiting, especially in these weird times and shit like that, but I'm not going to get into that. What I wanted to say was that this year, the AdBlue calendar starts again on the 1st of December. Now, a lot of you, if you're only new, you probably might wonder, what's the AdBlue calendar? Well, the AdBlue calendar is when, basically, I call it the AdBlue Christmas calendar. So, basically what it is a daily uploaded video from the 1st of December until the 25th of December. So, a video every single day up until Christmas Day. And now this is a lot of work for me, and it's really hard to do. And it's like 24-hour days, but at the same time I really enjoy doing it, so I hope you can look forward to that. This year is going to be a tiny bit different, and I'm going to be raising a bit of money for charity. More to come on that closer to the time. However, I wanted to say that yes, we're back in the DAF, as you can all clearly see. Well, I don't know if you can clearly see, but we're back in the DAF, and I want to explain a couple of reasons why I'm back in the DAF. Basically, a couple of weeks back you would have seen me make a video in the Volvo, and I got out of the DAF into the Volvo. What happened was, one of the guys that works for us that used to drive the Volvo became ill and had to leave for medical reasons. So, and I had broken my ankle at the time. So I was only coming back to work after, you know, a couple of weeks out. So I said to my dad, I said, look, you take the DAF back, because it was his and he sort of missed it, and it was sitting up doing nothing anyway because I wasn't driving it. So he took back over the DAF for a couple of weeks, and when I came back I was happy enough to take over the Volvo because I thought he was settled in the DAF. Anyway, long story short, I was in the Volvo for a couple of weeks, was delighted to be in it, really love that truck, it's a special truck to me. I just really enjoy driving it. I had that a couple of weeks then, about 6 weeks, and realised that I needed a 6x2 for the work I do, because of what I do is so varied and chops and changes all the time. I needed this truck, to be brutally honest. So I got this truck back, and my old man sort of just does his own thing now. So that's why I'm back in this. And to be honest, I'm happy to be back in it. It's you really misunderstand a new truck when you've been in an old truck for a while. A couple of pointers that I might want to let you all know on. Number one, it is no longer dead. Thank God. After a couple of thousand kilometres, it's now reading 65,000 kilometres. Last week we just got it back from its first service, and it is driving beautifully. We turned off Eco Mode. Eco Mode basically controls the gearbox, runs it up to 12th as quick as possible. Now it doesn't do that, it revs out, and it's much smoother and a lot more torque and a lot more power. So that's a good thing. Glad you're all excited to know all that. And yeah, a few other bits are happening with this, but I'll do another video on this. So just enjoy today's video. I bought a new Focus, and Smiths of Drogheda gave me a Ford Puma to review. So enjoy that in this video, and I apologise for the delay in videos. It's just I forgot to I was working late last night and I forgot to re-upload it, so that's why. So don't worry guys, there's going to be weekly videos. I'm going to try and put out 2 videos a week up until the Christmas calendar, and then that starts on the 1st of December. So that's something to look forward to. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Peace out. I'm actually happy to be back in the DAF, to be honest with you. But I do miss me Volvo still, so it's a bit heartbreaking. It's a touchy subject, so don't go there. Alright, how are we all doing anyway? So today what am I doing now? I'm going to Mexico, the sunny southeast. I'm going down to Wexford there this morning, tipping a load down there, reloading in Bunclody, and ship out this tank and continue on my Friday. I'm actually off all next week. I was meant to be moving in to the house on my week's holidays, but I don't think that'll be happening until later on next week. Anyway, doesn't really matter. But what does matter is many things have happened since I last seen you. I bought a new car. I've got another car along beside the Fiesta. I'm back in the DAF, so there's loads of information that you don't really need yet. But yeah, doing the Bunclody collection, ship out the tank, reload another tank, drop the trailer back, and finish for a week off. So that's why I'm so cheery and so full of light this morning. And I've also doubled up on the McDonald's breakfast, yeah. I got a breakfast roll meal, which is this lab right here, and I also got some pancakes because, I don't know, I was just feeling this today. You know what I'm saying? Feel good, treat yourself. I got a fork and knife and everything. So let's get on the road. Well, I'm gonna eat this. We'll get on the road in a second and we'll get chatting about why I'm back into that for a start. So, in a quick turn of events, right, little story. I arrived at my backload, yeah, and basically I arrived here an hour and a half early, and so it's warm out there. So I arrived an hour and a half early, and I said to the guy, the guy said to me, he goes, "Oh well, look, I won't be loading you now till after 2 o'clock, you know." And I was to be honest, I kept it in, but my blood was boiling. I was like, I came in early to get finished early, and now it's being destroyed. Because as I say to you every Friday, don't try and get home early, but today I need to for purposes of this video. Anyway, so I bitched and moaned like I always do. I said, look, it's the young fella's birthday tonight and I have to be home for 6 o'clock now. I have no kids. So I'm praying that he doesn't know me or watch the channel, because if he sees me next time, he'll not like me because he's missing his lunch because of me. Really sorry for the confusion and the mixed match at the start of this video. We're finally here, and remember I was saying I bought 2 new Fords. Well, I bought one and I have another one for the weekend. So, are you ready? This is the one I bought. Get a look at this. They're thinking, Ian, why did you buy this? And first of all, it isn't an ST-170, so as you can probably see by this lad down here, it's a 1.8 TDCi, 115 horsepower originally. What this car actually is, it's a TDCi Sporting. Now, if you know your stuff about Fords, you'll know about this. Basically, they released it in this Imperial Blue. I know that wing's a different colour, don't mind that. They released it in this Imperial Blue. 500 cars were painted in this Imperial Blue, and to be honest, I had a whole burn in my pocket and I seen it on Facebook and thought it matched that perfectly, and it does, kinda, but it's not without its faults, believe me. So has the full ST interior from its era, has all the nice dash, has everything in it for its 2004 Focus really, but wait until you hear it starting up. Hang on. Now, as you can probably guess, that isn't connected to anything. So it needs a few bits. I'm just going to turn this off because it's kind of late and that's really smoky. But yeah, what do you think? I bought it to match that. I'm going to do a few bits with it. It needs a couple of bits for the NCT. Number one, it needs an exhaust, that's for sure. It needs new back springs, which I have. Needs a timing belt and a tensioner. I think that the tensioner is leaking in the engine because there's a bit of oil on the ground. And other than that, a good tidy up is all it really needs. A lot of these are probably wondering how much I bought it for. Well, it was under. You get what you pay for. Now there is a fair bit of rust on it as well. The arches are actually tidy enough, thank God. The sills aren't in the worst shape I've ever seen. So I think the sales will pass on the NCT, but yeah, thank God I have good friends down at Smiths of Ford who are going to help me look after it, and that's going to be another video, and we're going to do that in their workshop and see what it needs for the NCT. Basically, my idea here with this little lad is I want to buy it, get it ready for NCT it for under €1,000. So that's going to be a nice little project, and ideally I want to take this little baby off the road because it's so mint and it's so clean. I just can't bear putting any more kilometers on it. It actually went into Smiths for a timing belt, auxiliary belt, full service, and they tied up a few other things like the central lock-in and a few other smaller bits. But she's back and it's in mint condition. To be honest, it could probably do with a clutch, but I'm not really too worried about that. It will get it soon. And now I have this. This is the 2020 Ford Puma. So I have this for the weekend, and we'll do a bit more on that now in a few minutes. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. Any tips, any upgrades that I should do to it? 1.8 TDCi. It has so I've heard through the grapevine, a little sneaky remap, and again I'll get into that later on. But for now, this is the new focus. This is going to be the daily weapon. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I'll talk to you about this in the next video, but I just wanted to show it to you, this little baby. So I'm gonna have to give it a little wash, and we're gonna go through this tomorrow. So I'll catch up with you then. What's up everybody? So it's the next day and I'm back again with the Puma ST-Line X. So this particular model, we're going to get talking about this now, and there's a reason why I actually have it this weekend. So let's delve into it and see what we have here. So the 2020 Puma ST-Line X. So the X stands for the top of the range model, basically the titanium X, with the ST-Line kit and finish. So it comes with the 18-inch alloys, coloured body panels, extended sport bumper kit, side skirts and rear bumper diffuser. Comes with these gorgeous daytime running lights to match the old Ford Puma back in 2002, 2003. To be honest, I've been driving this car the whole weekend, right? And my only gripe with it is that they called it the Puma. It's the only thing I can find wrong with it. Basically, if you don't know what the Puma is or was, it was a little coupe that they built from 2000 to 2003 or 2004. And it had a 1.6 litre petrol engine, and then it had the Puma racing engine, which was the 1.7 engine. It was about 125 horsepower, exactly the same as this, to be honest. And it was a little go-kart. It was like a rival to the MX-5, which this car could have been, you know, which is the only thing I find a gripe with. But at the same time, still a really good car, a really good looking car. It's kind of it's made to rival the Volkswagen T-Roc, the Toyota CHR, and other mild hybrids like it. What I like most about this car is it's a Ford, so everything in it just works perfectly. There's never any bother with anything on the inside. Perfect size cup holders, a manual gearbox. Now these cars do not come in an automatic. That's one thing you want to know if you're looking for a mild hybrid. It does not come in an automatic. Has a 6-speed 1 litre engine, so 6-speed gearbox, 1 litre engine, and it has 125 horsepower with a mild hybrid. So the mild hybrid is self-charging, don't have to plug it in or anything like that, which is handy because I don't really like that about hybrids, the fact you have to plug them in, and they still use petrol. So yes, very nice back seats. Again, seats you can actually fit an adult into. Really smart back seat netting for our kids and stuff like that, so you don't see any like sweets or anything getting thrown down there and getting awful sticky when you go to clean it. Also has this really neat feature: the seals are sealed, so you won't get any dirt on the inside of your seals and scratch up your kick panels. What else do we have going on here? An absolutely huge boot. So this is the key. Double tap to open the boot. Doesn't open itself, you have to open it yourself. Huge big boot. And my favourite feature of this car has the mega box in it. So that's a 100 litre or 50 litre, can't really remember, a 50 litre mega box. So basically it's made, right, so that you could stand a set of golf sticks in there and they can stand up straight so they don't fall over or anything, which is a really, really good idea, especially if you have kids or you've been to the beach, you want to throw some sandals, some buckets and spades in there. And the best thing about it is you can rinse it out because there's a drain hole. How handy is that? It's really made for people who have kids. Right, I'm gonna drop this down now. And again, you have a big boot. Those seats do drop forward as well, so you have near enough a completely level floor. Just FYI, I fit a king size mattress in the back of this on the way up to the new house. There's the new house, can't show you yet, I'll show you that another day. So yeah, massive big boot. Doesn't self close either. Not the end of the world really, it's just another thing to go wrong. Those buttons really, aren't they? Lovely black Puma lettering on the back of the car. Coming around to the passenger side, not much else to see here. Has lockable folding mirrors too. Thanks for telling me that the door's open. What else does it have on the inside? Lovely ST-Line kick panels, electric windows all around, lovely leather door bolsters. Has the Ford sync system here that works perfectly if it'll turn on. Or maybe because the key is in it, it won't turn on. So your 6-speed and a normal handbrake. Do you know how rare it is to see one of these in a brand new car these days? Absolutely lovely to see that. And again, as I was saying, I was driving this car for the whole weekend, right? Could not find a flaw with it, honest to God. The little 125 horsepower 1 litre engine it has is a rocket ship. Honest to God, is a little bullet. Has 6 driving modes in it. One of those modes is a sport mode. And oh my God, for a little 1 litre, you would... Honestly, I was driving the whole way up here and I was like, how did they make that from a 1 litre? Really, it's so quick. Really quick, like. Tiny litre, 1 litre EcoBoost. And the mild hybrid system is just there on the side, as you can see. Look at the size of the engine mounts they had to make, look, for it to fit to the chassis. That's mad, the size of it. Tiny little engine. Tiny little engine. And then you have about a foot now for safety precautions. This is Euro NCAP making it. All the new car manufacturers have about this much space between here and the grills for pedestrian safety. So make the cars all look bigger. Madness. So why would you buy one of these cars? Someone would say, what's the market on these cars? So what I was told was, or well, what I can conceive myself is that if you want to get out of a Fiesta or maybe, you know, like a Corsa, something like that, you want to step up, you want to get a new car, a nice car with a few bits on it, you want to be a bit higher off the ground, this is the one to go for, really. Now, I can tell you this specifically because I used to sell Toyotas. The CHR, right? If any of you have seen the Toyota CHR before, they do come in an automatic and they're a 1.5 litre hybrid. Brilliant system, brilliant engine and all that. One thing that is really bad about them is the rear cabin space is very dark, and also the back door on them, you would knock yourself out getting into the back. But trust me, I know, I've done it myself many times. I also have a family member that bought one brand new and got rid of it after a year because the back space was so bad. So just little FYI, do try the Puma because it is excellent. Ford make cars for the people and they really think everything through. So everything in that car works. I actually, honest to God, I could not find anything wrong with it. I couldn't find a fault. I couldn't find anything I didn't like about it. Even the styling to some people is a bit punchy. I thought it was a bit punchy when I first seen it, and then I drove it and had it for the weekend, and I really liked the look of it. It looks really mean and aggressive for a little small car. But even my mother liked it. So there you go. That'll be the market for it, really. Now, I've watched a couple of reviews online, as you do. Before you test any car, you kind of see what other people have to say about it. And majority of the time, I watched YouTube car reviews and I'm like, what are you talking about? Same with the Ranger. I drove the Ranger last week and I've seen a lot of weird reviews about people just having gripes with it for no reason. And you just think about, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a really nice car. This particular model is about 30 grand. Yeah, you might think it is a bit expensive. And it kind of is. A 7 years warranty with this car. It's 125 horsepower, so definitely enough power to pull you up a hill. It's extremely comfortable, really comfortable. Like, I drove it from Drogheda to Cavan, back to Dublin, back down to Cavan again, and back up to where I live now. absolutely flawless, completely smooth. You could drive this car for hours. They say, Ford do say that you can get 3.2 litres per 100 kilometres in this car. I haven't got that. In fairness, I've been driving it very enthusiastically. I will say that. I have been driving it very spiritedly, and I've been averaging about 6.6 litres per 100 kilometres over 305 kilometres. Now, in fairness, that was over every terrain. That was motorways, back roads, in sport mode a lot of the time, and up and down hills and back roads, and right now I'm on a country lane. So, yeah, I'd say it could manage 3.2 litres per 100 kilometres if you're just zipping around town in eco mode, barely getting over 50 kilometres an hour. That's where it's at home, really. That's where this car sort of belongs, in and out of supermarket car parks, the school run, that kind of thing. Perfect, absolutely perfect for that. It also has Apple CarPlay, which every car should have by this stage in 2020. Plug it in, works flawlessly. The Ford Sync system, as I said with the Raptor video or the Ranger video, it's the best on the market, works straight away, and yeah, it's flawless, absolutely flawless. So when you put the boot down, I'm going to turn it into sport mode here now and give it a little push on. They're winding up. It's quick. It's quick, like it's quicker than the original Puma. I've driven an original Puma 1.7 before, and it's much quicker. Obviously it will be. It has a turbocharger and a mild hybrid electric engine that assists the engine when and where it should. But oh my god, it's like so much grunt from a 1 litre. Like I was driving it the whole weekend and I couldn't believe it was a 1 litre. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, there has to be at least a 1.3 in here. No, it's a 1 litre, and the poke out of it is unreal. So, look, you don't have to take my advice. I'm not gonna offer it to you. I'm just gonna tell you that it's a really good car. For the money it's at, what would you rather? Would you rather a Toyota CHR? Nah. Would you rather a Volkswagen T-Roc? Again, no. Not my cup of tea. Ford Puma. That's all I can say. The fun part, driving home. It's a little flyer, man. It's a little flyer. Now, one thing you should know is that Ford make a really good handling car, and if you're into your driving, or even if you're semi into your driving, or you like the feel of a car, it just does it magically. Every single Ford, I don't know how they manage to do it, it's just every single Ford just knows how to turn into a corner. The steering is always balanced really well. You can always feel everything that's going on. In this Puma though, sometimes it's hard to know what gear you're in because the engine is so quiet, like really is. Like I'm in sport mode there, you heard it giving a little grunt and a little growl, but when you're in eco mode you can't hear anything. Like you can barely hear it, and especially when you're sitting in traffic, the thing just turns off and you don't even realise the car is running. You're like, is it on? I've had a few people drive this car now, so I can balance my opinion, and they're like, is it on? You don't know it's on. And it's not taking over in hybrid mode when it's just sitting there. It literally is on the engine power. So yeah, that's the only thing I could really find that might tip off some people, is that you don't really know what gear you're in and when. But is that a big thing? No, of course it isn't. So car reviewers are, if you listen to car reviews, you should just know that the people that do car reviews get a new car every day, near enough every day or every 2 days to test, and they have to figure out if they like it or not like it in the space of 5 minutes. Whereas you, the consumer, if you're going to be buying a car, you're going to figure it out over 5 years or 4 years if you take out finance on it. Like that's the usual length of time in Ireland that you take finance out for. So take every car review with a pinch of salt, and some of those car reviewers don't like certain brands, so just take that in mind as well. Me particularly, I love Ford. I love Ford as a brand. I have 2 Fords myself. Like I wouldn't openly promote something if I didn't like it or didn't think it was worth the money. Especially with this they're trying to compete with Kia as well with the 7-year warranty, and Ford with a 7-year warranty. Honestly, what could go wrong? Like, honestly, what could go wrong? And this is me saying it, like, genuinely from the heart. I'm not getting paid to say this either. I'm genuinely telling you, if I had 30 grand right now that I needed a car for either myself or my missus to buy, I would buy one of these. Honest to God, I would. If it was me particularly, I'd try and save a few extra bob and buy a Raptor, but that's just me, because I'm a bit of a petrol head myself and I like big things. But this, after driving this for the weekend, 100% if I had 30 grand and that was all I was going to spend on a car, I wouldn't buy a Golf, I wouldn't buy a Leon or anything like lower down hatchback. I'd buy one of these because you feel safer, you feel higher up, the seats are extremely comfortable, everything in it works, aircon, Apple CarPlay, all the bits and bobs, sport mode, eco mode, off-road, gravity mode as well it has. So, like, what more could you want, like, really? You know what I mean? Plenty of space for your kids, Isofix in the back for the seats, perfect, absolutely perfect, and a digital dash as well. So, there you have it, the Ford Puma. So, that's the Ford Puma 2020. We're actually at the new house, but I can't really show you too much of it yet because there's a whole review and stuff to do, but you can guess from here what it's like. So yeah, basically Smiths give it to me to see, basically, would I like it? Would I like one? Would I have one? Would I buy one? Would you buy one? That's the big question. I think if you're in the market for a car to either go up from a Fiesta or maybe even a Golf or something like that along those lines, you're looking to get a bit higher up off the road, a bit safer, 5-star safety rating, the whole lot, why would you not go for one of these? I think it's a really good looking little car, especially in this spec. Pure blacked out spec with the nice 18-inch wheels, very, very tasty spec. If I was getting one, probably not black, maybe white, or they do a lovely grey colour and a blue colour too. So I'll talk to Alex and we'll see what we can do about it.